Hey guys, welcome to our latest how-to video. For this series, we are learning how to make this blazer that my doll is sporting right here. This one is fully lined, uses three kinds of fabrics, and is designed to be loose fit so that your doll can wear something underneath. Special thanks to my friend Mariana for requesting this piece because after trying a lot of prototypes, I've learned so much during the process. So, I hope you have fun learning how to make this piece, guys. I promise it shouldn't be too difficult. As always, we're starting with making sure that our pattern pieces are easy to use and that they do not rip as we continue to use them in the future. I put plastic tapes around the edges of each pattern and carefully cut the pieces so the actual shapes are preserved. For this project, we're using two different hem lengths. The main fabric's hem is longer and the lining is 1 centimeter shorter. This is so the main fabric will then fold a little more inwards. Here I'm just cutting out line dashes for easier marking of the lining hem. To make sure we're carving out the actual dart shapes, I cut out a hole first to have something for my tiny scissors to get into. And once our pattern pieces are ready, we can move on to tracing them on our chosen fabrics. For the main fabric, make sure to use the longer hem marker of your pattern pieces. I used this woven or non-stretch fabric that I believe was labeled Italian cotton, but I'm not so sure really. But it is of a light to medium weight, just enough to give our garment a form. It's not too thick and is easy to work with, especially here that I'm sewing by hand. The lining fabric that I'm using here is Gina silk. It is light enough to not make the garment bulky, but it's not too flimsy as well. And then don't forget to use the shorter hem length marker that we have indicated earlier in dashed lines. For my lapel, I chose an off-white charmeuse fabric because I wanted to give the garment contrasting textures. You can also get creative with your lapel fabric. Just make sure they're not too thick. So here we are basting the two sides of our lapels facing each other so that we only need to cut and apply our anti-fray solution once. To those of you who are new to my process, well, welcome. And let me tell you something about the anti-fray solution that I use in my doll garments. So basically it's just a DIY mix of wood glue and water, but I'll talk more later when I apply it on the fabrics, okay? Now that we're done with tracing, let's get into applying the anti-fray solution on the edges of our seam allowances. Like I mentioned, I'm just using wood glue and water mixed thoroughly to make my anti-fray solution. I usually start with equal parts of the two, but I notice myself gradually adding water to get that milky consistency perfect for spreading to the fabric. I then use a medium-sized paintbrush to apply them. Also, make sure to wash your brush right after this step to keep the glue from drying into your bristles. Once your fabrics are dry, you can proceed with cutting. If you are not too sure where to cut your seam allowance, you can go ahead and mark first. That is how I used to do it when I was just starting to learn this craft. But after making hundreds and hundreds of doll clothes already, I can now eyeball my seam allowances. As of the recent years, I'm comfortable working at around 0.6 centimeters of seam allowance. So here we are at the end of our video with our fabrics all ready for the next step. On the next video, we'll be sewing the darts, connecting our front and back panels, and then attaching the sleeves of the main fabric. If you have questions about this stage of the project, let me know in the comments section below and I'll be more than glad to answer them. Alright, see you on the next one, guys!